Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to Live Stream Tuesday. I do this every Tuesday night. I'm Phil from Wings of Pegasus. Obviously, you probably already know that by now. But I'm just going to start the show tonight with a cover that I did quite a while ago. This is on YouTube and also on Facebook and on all the other sites. So I've just come straight from Facebook, so if you're over there, hello. This is my cover of Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas, and I hope you guys like it. Rock! Okay, Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas. Let's do this. Rock! Carry on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more. As I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond this illusion, I was soaring ever higher, but I flew too high. Though my eyes could see, I still was a blind man. Though my mind could think, I still was a madman. I hear the voices when I'm dreaming, I can hear them say, carry on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more. Oh no. Masquerading as a man with a reason, my charade was the event of the season. If I claim to be a wise man, it surely means that I don't know. On a stormy sea of moving emotions, tossed around I'm like a ship on the ocean. I set the course for winds of fortune, but I hear the voices say, carry on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more. Carry on, you will always remember. Carry on, nothing equals a splendor. Now your life's no longer empty, surely heaven waits for you. Carry on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more. So that was my cover of Carry On My Wayward Son. I hope you enjoyed that. I did that quite a while ago over here on YouTube. I've got lots of other covers on here as well as a playlist of kind of all the covers that I've done. So if you've got like loads of time to waste, then you can check out all of my cover videos. But I'm now going to move on to the Riff of the Week. This is something that I do every Sunday, and it started on my Patreon page, but now I do it on YouTube as well, and sometimes I kind of throw it over to Facebook. But this one was taken from the cover that I did this month, and it's a bit of a difficult one. I'm just going to play it. I'm not sure if anyone's actually even got this on YouTube yet. I'm not sure, but I'm just going to play it and see if you know what it is. This is the Riff of the Week. So there it was. That was the riff of the week. A very quick ending to that riff. It's quite a difficult one, I think. Let me know if you know what it is. I'm just going to have a look over here because this is the screen where I can see kind of what's going on in terms of comments and stuff. And we've got Neil who says hi, so hi Neil, and Jay Bolo who says hi Phil, so hi Jay, and we've got Bubba99 Smith who says hi everyone, so hi Bubba, welcome to the live stream Tuesday. We've got Adrian Lee who gives lots of rock horns, so thanks for that Adrian. And then we've got Irish Mike McClanny who says right on and rock on. So thanks for tuning in guys and for commenting. That riff of the week, if you know what it is, it's going to be quite difficult. I'm not sure if anyone has got it on YouTube, like I said before. We've got Mark's just said very good. Hello Mark, thanks for tuning in. And Adrian Lee says you like Queen a lot. Yeah, I do actually. I kind of really do like Queen. Brian May is one of kind of my influences kind of growing up when I was learning to play the guitar. So but also just Freddie Mercury as well, his stage presence, all that kind of stuff. I did a video, for people that don't know, I did a video on this on my YouTube channel, so you can check that out. It's just about Queen's performance at Live Aid at 1985. So if you haven't done that, if you haven't seen that, then I don't believe you, because I think everyone's seen the footage from that because it's so legendary. So anyway, I'm going to be moving on now to just playing one of my songs that I did last year, and this was the backing of my patrons. So this is one of my original songs. I thought I'd play it over here on YouTube. So I hope you guys enjoy this. This is my original song called Running Blind. Rock!
Decency
So that was my original song called Running Blind. As I said, yeah, I did that last year with the help of my patrons over on patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. That's kind of where everyone kind of helps me to do music. I've got 25 patrons at the moment, so big shout out to you guys for supporting me, and thank you so much, guys. It's massively appreciated. I'm just going to have a quick look over at the comments because we've got some stuff going on here. Well, I can't remember where I was last time. Sherry B says, hey there. So hi Sherry, thanks for tuning in. Joseph Etherton says, what are your thoughts on the band Rush? I haven't seen a lot of Rush. That's actually a good point. If you've got a video that you want me to watch, if you watch videos than I do, and I just kind of video myself kind of looking at it and analysing it. So if there's a particular one you want me to do a Rush, then let me know. I don't know a lot about Rush other than they've been around from the 60s and been around for like ever. So and I think they went through kind of different phases, but as I said, I don't know kind of a whole lot about Rush, but I'll like to see one of their videos. If you want to suggest that would be great. Let me have a little look. This is my favourite comment so far. Sebastian Crow says, lol, this shit is so cheesy. And probably in that exact same voice. But yeah, I love a bit of a cheese, bit of 80s cheese. Some of the best bands in the world, in my opinion, have been called cheesy, even Queen at some points. So yeah, can't beat a bit of cheese if it's good enough for Queen, it's good enough for me. We've then got Adrian Lee kind of doing a Bowie, Man Who Fell to Earth, Watching You, and E.T. the Extraterrestrial on TV. So we've got some multitasking going on for Adrian, so thanks for tuning in, Adrian. And Neil says Wings of Pegasus original song, it rocks, so thanks for that, Neil, as well. Bubba says the guitar is awesome, thank you for that. And Joseph says you have a great singing voice. Thanks for that, Joseph. I'm not, as my kind of people over on Facebook know, I'm not a natural singer. I've been playing guitar for 23 years, but singing for maybe 6 or something, so I kind of had to try and learn it from the ground up. But all my guitar practice was replaced by singing practice because it takes quite a lot of effort to kind of keep it on kind of track, but I'm sure all the singers out there kind of understand that vocals is very difficult. The human instrument, the vocal cords, are very difficult to kind of get a hold of and control, but it can be done. But yeah, so thank you for that compliment. It's massively appreciated. I'm kind of losing track of all the comments now. Great song and performance. Do you play all instruments? Tommy Zepp. Yes, I do. It's Wings of Pegasus is just basically me. And on all my covers as well, I do everything on the covers. So I listen to the songs and break it down into drums and bass, and if there's any keys and guitar, vocals and backing vocals, and I do everything. So yeah, that's kind of how I like to do things rather than just use a backing track, because that's just a case of downloading something and then singing over the top, whereas I like to kind of get involved myself and play everything. So yes, it is all me. Jeffrey Mucky says, Kansas, rock on, Phil. Thanks for that, Jeffrey. Thanks for tuning in. I think I've lost my place in the comments, but I'll do my best to kind of try and keep up. Mark LaForest says, very, very good. Do you play all the instruments or you have a band? I just answered that question. So if I do anything live, then I have a band. And that's just old band members. I used to be kind of out on the road, and I had to be a bassist, drummer, second guitarist, and we actually entered a competition and finished 3rd in the UK. So we were technically the 3rd best unsigned band in the UK. So that was quite good. But kind of since then, playing live, even in London, which will surprise people over in the USA, but playing live in London, nobody comes out to watch unsigned bands. You can sell tickets to shows of bands that everyone knows, but then as soon as there's an unsigned band, like we'd play to like 3 or 4 people, and usually that was just the other band that were playing on the night. So yeah, it became unsustainable kind of playing live, because a lot of venues, to play at good venues, you have to pay to play. It's called pay to play, surprisingly. But yeah, we couldn't afford to keep it up, and I couldn't afford to keep it up. So I took it more kind of online, because then I could be in control of everything, and also because I can kind of do everything, it means I could record everything myself, produce it myself, and put it out on the internet with no kind of third-party involvement or having to wait for anybody else to kind of get involved. But yes, so I do have a band when I play live, but most of the stuff is all on the internet, and I do it all myself. So let's have a little good... just good. I just got that one. And Adrian says, agree. You sing really well. Baba says, if you like cheese. And Jeffrey says, dude, I thought that was great. Rock on. So thank you for that. Adrian says, agree. Not a natural singer, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Thanks for that, Mark. But it's true. I couldn't sing. I didn't really know what I was doing, actually. I started at the age of 19 trying to sing. And I kind of hope I wish I had some recordings of me singing when I was 19, because I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And as I said, 6 years ago, I then kind of started to want to try and learn how to sing properly, because I spent a year auditioning singers. And I think actually a lot of singers in the industry actually don't initially go out to be singers or start out as singers. They're guitarists or drummers or bassists, and they can't find a singer, so they have to do it themselves. And that was certainly the case with me. So as I said, I'd love to be able to practice guitar. For my time is so minimal, unfortunately, with working and stuff, but I'd love to be able to get more time just to focus and practice on guitar. But I know that my time is better spent on vocals, because if I don't keep practicing vocals, then they'll kind of go off the boil. And guitar I can kind of rely on more because I've been playing it for so much longer. But yeah, vocals I definitely have to keep up to scratch. It's a little bit more difficult. Okay, so Jeffrey says, Adrian Lee, I got a long way to go, but he has been playing a while too. I've been playing for 23 years on the guitar, and that's another thing, is that I get lots of comments. I did for the first time last week these videos of watching other videos, and for some reason YouTube took those videos and threw them out across the world. So like one of them's now got over 100,000 views. So I'm not really sure why that happened, but it was originally just for my 25 patrons that just asked me to look at a video, so I did, just to give my analysis of it or my opinion of it, and that got thrown out all over the world. So yes, it's just one of those things. It's got a lot more views than I was expecting. But yes, so getting back to the point, I've been playing for 23 years on the guitar, and a lot of people, I actually had quite a few comments that said that, I tell you what, I'm just going to put some backing music on, because just to make it a little more entertaining. But yeah, I got a lot of comments on my videos, and a lot of people have said, well, not a lot of people, 2 people, so that's not a lot. They said, these millennials don't know what they're talking about. And I'm not sure what millennials mean, but I think it means that you're born around the millennium, which couldn't be further from the truth. People think that I'm really young, but I'm not really young at all. I'm 35. I've been doing this for 23 years. So I've been playing for 16 years in bands and cover bands, and doing my original thing as well. So yeah, I'd like to think I know a little bit about guitar, because I teach guitar as well. I've been teaching for 13 years. So I'd like to think that when somebody asks me my opinion on something, especially because they know me as a player and a teacher, then I'll give my opinion on that, and I'll just try and be as honest and kind of objective as possible. But yeah, so anyway, those videos kind of went a bit mental. But let's have a little look down here. Bruce says, nice to see so many folks joining tonight. Hi Bruce, thanks for getting involved and for commenting. And Irish Mike again says, maybe you can make it in SXSW in Austin, Texas next year. Yeah, I'm not sure I can make it to Texas. Not at the moment anyway. Maybe if I was doing music full time, then that would then maybe be possible, but I work during the day like everyone, and then just jump on here at night. And even after this, I've got to start sending tabs off to people who I've been teaching today, so it never stops. But I try and keep up to date with everything on YouTube. So thanks everyone for tuning in and for watching. Mark says you have all my respect, so thanks for that, Mark. Scram7 says Voodoo Child. Yes, I'm a big fan of Hendrix as well. Again, he was the first player that I ever kind of heard, and people won't believe this. As I said before, people think I'm a lot younger than I am, but I used to listen to Jimi Hendrix on vinyl, and yeah, I mean, kids nowadays, they wouldn't even probably know how to put a vinyl on, let alone kind of actually know what it is. But yeah, so I had vinyl, and then I then upgraded a few years later after that to a Sony Walkman with tape. So again, I have been around quite a while, so yes, a little bit older than people kind of give me credit for on the videos, but I guess that's a good thing. Looking young, I suppose. At some point, I'm sure my hair will all fall out and I'll look a lot older. But anyway, let's have a little look over here. 100,000, good for you. Thanks, Adrian. Yeah, it's certainly interesting. What you find is that once you get that exposure to lots of different people, then there are some people on there that are just out to abuse and just looking for a video that they can abuse. As I said, I just kind of give my opinion, try to be honest and objective about whatever I'm asked to look at. So yeah, it's great to kind of have the people that support you and say really like your videos and really like your playing and all that kind of stuff. But then you've got to take the rough with the smooth, and there's quite a lot of rough as well when you get that amount of exposure. But it is what it is, as they say. Mark says, we need to hear another of your own song, please. Well, what I'll do is, because I do this every Tuesday night, I'll get some, because I use the software and I plan it all before I come on live, so it means that the files aren't in the program yet, like all my other songs. So I'll put some on for next week, or at least kind of one more for you guys to listen to, and that'll be in next week's live stream Tuesday, so make sure you're back here at the same time, because I'll be here at the same time and I'll be playing some original stuff. And let's have a look. What was the first song you learned properly to play on guitar? Hashtag classic rock and blues forever. And that's Dorisu. So my first song that I ever learned was, I believe, Little Wing by Jimi Hendrix. As I said, it was one of those kind of things that, because listening to him on vinyl and kind of really getting into his playing, I just wanted to learn how to play Little Wing. And I was one of these people that I didn't want to learn easy stuff. I just want to go straight to whatever I liked. I wanted to learn how to play that, and no matter how long it took, how many hours it took a day, after like 6 hours a day, just keep on learning it, and after maybe like a month or something, then you can kind of play it. So yeah, that was it. Little Wing by Jimi Hendrix was the first thing that I learned to play, which is obviously a bit crazy, but that's just kind of what I wanted to play. And then I actually started to get into more kind of 80s playing, like Van Halen with tapping and all that kind of stuff. And then later on, Red Beach Winger, which I like his way of playing as well, kind of legato tapping. So I started to try and kind of get into that. South by Southwest, and it's a big music event with a lot of venues with acts both signed and unsigned, and a lot of record executives from Irish Mike. So thanks for that. I mean, I'd love to, like, in a perfect world. The problem that I have with working, obviously, is that teaching guitar, it's something that is classed as self-employed. So it means that if you don't work, you don't earn. And if you don't earn, you don't pay the rent, and it is a little bit of a nightmare. But I've set up a Patreon account, which is something that kind of people can tip me $1 if I do a new song or a new video or something. Then I get $1, and that's kind of something that I'm trying to promote and help to, maybe if I get enough people supporting me on there, then maybe one day I can do music full time, because that's the dream. But yeah, that's what I'm kind of working towards. But let's have a little look right here. We've got something about Pink Floyd coming through. Pink Floyd is awesome. Yeah, I agree as well. And being a guitar teacher, obviously you get your fair requests for Pink Floyd. So yeah, totally agree. Pink Floyd rules. Little Wing as first song. Sounds difficult. No, wow, love that song, by the way. Actually, I saw Stevie Ray Vaughan's version live on YouTube of Little Wing. If you haven't seen that, you've got to watch that. It's actually, I might do a video on that because it's. I say in the comments to everyone that I haven't yet seen a Stevie Ray Vaughan video that isn't amazing. And this was just one of those, his live version of Little Wing. You've got to check it out if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, I think I'm now going to do a video on it, just talking about it now, because I just want to show people it because it's so impressive. But yeah, let's have a little look. Sorry if you already answered about this, but what is our opinion of Slash? Yeah, so Slash, he's actually, teaching guitar. I've had to spend a long time learning all of his solos, note for note, and getting the phrasing exactly the same, and all that kind of stuff. And if I had £1 for every time I've played Sweet Child of Mine, then yeah, I probably wouldn't have to do anything. I just tour the world already. But yeah, Slash is actually quite an interesting one, because he does have phases where he's like amazing, and then there's some performances that you see that you think, oh well, that wasn't quite as good as kind of the one that I saw before. But on the whole, I mean, you can't deny his ability and his kind of playing and his technical ability, and also the fact that he looks pretty cool, and he's probably, they should have some kind of rating system for who's got the lowest slung guitar, because I swear Slash, when he plays, it's literally like round his ankles when he's playing it. But yeah, he looks super cool, and especially on kind of the studio stuff, you can tell that this guy can play, and when he's on it, he's like properly on it. So I'm a big fan of Slash as well as a guitarist. Some people that aren't into kind of 80s stuff might not kind of rate him as highly, but as I said, kind of being a teacher and having taught his stuff and had to learn it all, you can kind of tell that yeah, he's put the hours in practicing. But yes, let's have a little look down here. David Gilmour gets a bit overlooked as a guitar player, in my honest opinion. So that's Tommy Zepp. Yeah, true. Again, he's one of those guitarists that kind of goes under the radar because of the songs are kind of so good, but also because he's such a great feel player. A lot of people who don't really play too much will rate speed as something kind of really impressive, where actually I think more the case that anyone can really learn speed. It's just a case of having patience and sitting there and repeating the same lines over and over and over and over again. But playing with feel and kind of emotion and emoting something is a lot more difficult, and there are those rare players like Gilmour who can do that. But also there's the rare players who can match that and the speed, and then you get kind of a whole different animal as well. But yes, certainly Gilmour is one of those kind of underrated players. But let's have a little look down the list again. Kyle says Stevie Ray Vaughan's Little Wing is awesome. So yeah, definitely check that out, guys, if you haven't seen that, because I definitely recommend it. I'm always waiting for Slash to trip over his guitar. Exactly, yeah, same here. There's got to be a point where it's so low that he gets his bootlaces caught behind it or caught in the strings or something. But yeah, it's definitely really, really low down there. That is a great use of your resources for taking this gig online, especially in that situation. So thanks for that, Jeffrey. Let's have a little look. Kyle. Kyle's just commented. Is my favourite Pink Floyd. Animals is my favourite Pink Floyd album. Thanks for that, Carl. Thank you guys for tuning in as well and for commenting. It's massively appreciated. If you like this, just give it a like, and make sure that you also check out my covers and stuff on my page, on my Wings of Pegasus YouTube page, because I've done lots of covers as well, so make sure you check those ones out. So I'm probably going to call it a day here. It's almost 1 a.m. here in England, so it's getting a little bit late, but I could maybe just have a little look down for a few more minutes. Joseph says playing with feeling is much more artistic in my opinion, and yeah, what you'll find is because I kind of teach guitar quite a lot. you'll find that the way of playing fast stuff, like I said before, is really easy to teach. But teaching feel is something that is like so much more. It's not in a textbook. There isn't like scales for speed, tapping, and then chapter 5. This is how to play with feel. And I think that's where every player has their own sound and their own style, is the way that they make the guitar sing and the feelings that they emote. And very few players, this is one thing that I did say on the Jimmy Page video, is that a lot of players want to try and get their own sound or try and aim for that, but very few players ever get that. And a lot of that is about the feel of being able to hear something, and then you then attribute that playing with an emotion that you have with a particular artist. And yeah, that's kind of the most difficult thing to do, is put that feel down in audio. So yeah, that's kind of the most impressive thing. I'd have to definitely agree with that. Dimebag was the complete package on guitar. I did see like a fair bit of Dimebag, so I have to admit that what I saw was pretty impressive stuff. And then the whole thing around his death was like unbelievable. But yeah, he was certainly one of those who was kind of on his way, definitely up there. And then unfortunately, it was cut a bit short. But what is your opinion on the band Boston of Tom Schultz? Boston. Again, a little bit before my time, but you won't believe this again, but I had the vinyl of Boston. I used to play that in amongst the Jimi Hendrix vinyls that I had. It will be a little bit of Boston, a little bit of Jimi Hendrix. And then I got Van Halen was then on tape. But unfortunately, the way the tape was, once you've listened to it for quite a long time, it starts to wear out. So some of the songs on my Van Halen tape would kind of just wear out. But thankfully, it never got... If you ever listen to tape, I don't know how old the people are watching this, but if you ever listen to tape, and when it chewed up the tape, that was like your ultimate nightmare. And thankfully, Van Halen's tape did not get chewed up. But yeah, that is the worst when that happens, and you have to try and get another tape and you have to find it. But yeah, anyway, it's all about kind of online digital now, but back in the days of tape. But anyway, let me know if you remember the days of tape or vinyl, and actually putting a record on. Like I said before, people think I'm a lot younger than I am, but I'm not. I have been around quite a long time. And let's have a little look. We've got I Lost My Mind 47 says Gibson Guitar Company just filed for bankruptcy this morning. So I didn't hear that. If that's true, that is a massive shame. What? It's like Gibson guitars. Surely they can sell some of their kind of classics, from like 1960 and maybe make some money back. But that's a bit of a shame if that is true. Jeffrey seems to be agreeing as well. So breaking news about Gibson there. So that's a bit sad news. Imagine not having Gibsons being made anymore. That'd be a bit of a nightmare. Somebody's got to take over that company. Surely somebody with a bit of money is going to see some potential there. Let's have a little look over here. And Neil says, "Yep, tapes are so long ago." So yeah, tapes were quite long. I think I was just right on the tail end of tapes. It just so happens that I didn't have a big tape player. I just had like the record kind of record player. So it was just literally a record player. So you just had that's it. Your needle and your record, and you put it on. It didn't even have. Some of them had like tape players built in, but mine didn't, unfortunately. But then I moved on to tape. And then CD after that, obviously. Gnostic Mum says, vinyl here, can't get better sound. And this is the whole debate about vinyl and tape and digital and all that kind of stuff, is that vinyl was so much more of a process of you're actually putting it on, and there's something magical about the way the sound is being read from a vinyl. It's like you get that kind of the crackly sound when it's just about to start. So yeah, it's kind of a worn-in sound. It's like a warm sound. So I really liked vinyl when I was kind of growing up and listening to that. It's definitely got its own charm. It's like a timeless charm. But let's have a little look down here. We've got people talking about the Gibson the news that have just broken. It's probably maybe broken before, but I've been very busy recently, so I haven't really kept up with what's going on in the news. I'm spending all my time on YouTube pretty much, just replying to comments and also thanking people for checking out my videos. And thank you everyone for watching at the moment and for commenting. As I said, it's almost 1 a.m. I'm probably going to call it a day very soon because I've got to get up early in the morning, obviously. But also, I've got many things to do. I've still got to finish off my work for tonight, so I'll be doing that after this. But let's have a little look. Gibson Les Paul says, analog recording destroys digital. And I would actually, even though I record my music digitally, I'd agree that vinyl is just one of those things, and some people say, oh no, it's just because you're emotionally attached to vinyl, but from a kind of musical standpoint, if you listen to it, there's definitely something warmer about a vinyl than you get with digital. It's so hard to recreate that on a digital recording, that kind of that warm, you can try and do it as much as you want with the EQ of a track, you can try and dial it in there, but that warmth is something that's kind of part of that whole setup with the vinyl. So yeah, it's very difficult. I think vinyl's coming back. I think a lot of bands are releasing in vinyl as well. So it's one of those kind of trends, I think, that will be coming back more and more. And people probably hear it and think, hang on, this sounds actually really nice. So people might be making the move back to vinyl. But yeah, who'd have thought it? But let's have a little look and see what's going on. Bubba says, get some sleep, dude. I probably do need some sleep because I've been up quite a lot last night. I got to bed at 5:30, 6 a.m. So yeah, a bit of and then I was up in the morning. This is like a couple of hours sleep, but it's good. I mean, I try to reply to all the comments that I can. So I'm used to just having like a few fans on Facebook and even kind of less on YouTube, but this YouTube thing's really kind of blown up. So I just want to thank everyone for commenting and for kind of liking the video and even for watching the video, because they could be spending their time doing multiple other things and for some reason they're deciding to watch me. So thank you guys sitting at home watching this now. It's good to connect with people live as well, rather than the recorded videos. And I do this every Tuesday, so if you just want to chat and hang out, I'll be here on Tuesday nights. But let's have a little look. Nice, Adrian Lee, I want an SG next. Here we go. Adrian Lee says, my first real guitar was a 71 SG. So my first guitar was like a Tanglewood. It's like really kind of cheap Tanglewood, which I actually still have in my room. It's my emergency guitar, so if I'm watching something on TV and it's really bad, I just pick up a guitar and start practicing kind of fast runs or scales or whatever. And this is something that I say on my video, that you only ever need to learn 2 shapes and all the scales fall within those 2 shapes. And that's something that I've been asked to explain quite a lot, but I'll have to try and maybe do a video for that either on Patreon or on YouTube. But yeah, so when I'm watching TV, I've got my emergency Tanglewood guitar there, electric guitar, and I just kind of go through shapes. And it's a really good way to build up your speed on guitar when you're watching something on TV, because if you're watching something that lasts half an hour, or even a movie that's like an hour and a half, 2 hours, you can get in like 2 hours of like pretty decent technical practice on your guitar, as long as you're strict with your timing. But I don't want to get too much into guitar teaching, but I'm just going to have a little look over. I think I'm going to call it a day very soon. Joseph says, great live stream, man, I will definitely tune in again. So thanks for that, Joseph. And Heather says, thanks, Phil. Heather was over on Facebook earlier as well, so hi Heather, thanks for coming over here as well. And I think pretty much it's going to be good night from me. Carl says good night all, rock long and prosper. And Gibson Les Paul says, do you have any thoughts about Andrea LaRocque going from Dean to ESP? Not at the moment. No thoughts. I'm not really kind of that up to speed with kind of what's been going on, but if he has gone from Dean to ESB, then I'm sure there's some reasons behind it, but I'll have to talk about that another night, because I'm going to call this a day now because it's just 1 a.m. But Jeffrey says, great job, Phil. Let's see a cover of Paradise City. Thanks for that. I will put that on my list. I've got like a list of covers that whenever people ask me to do a cover, I just put it on the list and then just randomly pick one. So thanks for that suggestion. I'm going to call it a night now. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone watching this, and everyone that might kind of see this in the future. I think YouTube saves it and then puts it down as a video. But thank you for watching this. I'm going to be around the same time next week. Thank you for commenting and watching on YouTube. And I will see you guys either on YouTube, or if I don't see you there, I will see you here on the live stream on YouTube next Tuesday at the same time. So thank you for your attention and for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys later. Rock!